I plan to go on with our expansion, and also to make even a stronger tie with the struggling people of the world, because they represent 2/3 of the people. The colonized world, or the developing countries, are also the colored world. And American imperialism is implicated in all of those puppet governments that control these developing countries. In other words, if America withdraws its support from Greece, that Greek regime will fall. If America withdraws its support from the puppet government of South Vietnam, the Vietnamese war would end. So what I'm saying is we have to hook up internationally. You can only understand the situation internationally. And in order to do this, that we are going to commit troops. We're going to commit troops to the Vietnamese people, the National Liberation Front, to fight the cowardly American aggressor.
Who's
and
good?
The Black Panther Party.
Panthers.
That's right.
Now, when are you going to do that? Is that
I'm going to do this as soon as I'm released. That I'm going to make this known at the Paris peace talks, so that it can be accepted or rejected by the Vietnamese people. But in the spirit of internationalism and the spirit of international solidarity, we plan to do this, and we would do this for any people who are fighting against American imperialism.
You want to get together blacks to go to Vietnam and fight against American troops?
We want to get revolutionary people to go to Vietnam. I hope some weathermen go also. As far as the party, we don't think in terms really of black and white. We only think of that when we try to analyze American society, which is a racist society. But we're internationalists, we're anti-racist, we're not even a national chauvinist. As I say, we're internationalists in every sense of the word. Here, our party is composed of blacks simply because of the reality, the cultural reality in the country. I think that if things don't change drastically, it will be bloodshed.
What are the Panthers going to? What part of the Panthers going to have in that?
Well, the Black Panther Party is a force for justice in the name of peace. And we realize that we're shedding blood now. We're being killed, that either by the vicious service revolver of the occupying army, which is the police, who's directed by the avaricious businessman, the lying politician, or we're being killed through the lack of medical care, lack of funds because of unemployment. We're being killed because of lack of nutrition. So violence can take many forms. I call that violence when our kids are born and they're born with organic brain damages because of the malnutrition of the mother, you see, for economic reasons. The country is much too rich for that kind of thing. The country is too rich. The country is supposed to be too civilized. We've analyzed this society, and we've come up with the best solution of any organization or party. And I think that it's clear that in order for the people to be free in this country, the oppressed people in general, and black people in particular, we would have to have a socialist society, a proportional representation, and a socialist framework. What I mean by this, the civil rights movement is dead. That white people in 1776 broke away from England, and they broke away because of taxation without representation, and also it was a war of decolonialization. And what they instituted was democratic capitalism. I think capitalism at that time was progressive. The civil rights movement is no more than a continuation of the American Revolution that took place in 1776. But this time the blacks were trying to get those same rights that the whites got then. But the only difficulty you have there is that the same conditions no longer exist because the dialectics have changed. You no longer have democratic capitalism, you have monopolistic capitalism. A good analogy would be, it's like old wine. You see, the longer it sits, the stronger it gets. And the party is becoming a greater influence. It's transformed itself from a national party to an international party with headquarters in about 6 or 7 branches in about 6 or 7 countries. That we're in practically every state in the Union, and we're very influential.
Has your philosophy, your outlook on life changed at all?
No, as I said, I've become stronger. When I used to go to church as a child, the preacher used to say suffering is good for the soul, and I never understood that. But now I think I understand it. Whether I'm there or not, the fight will go on. One man never makes a revolution, nor one weapon never defeats a revolution. The people always win wars, and people write world history, make world history, and they transform. We're being murdered over and over again, and the murders of the party members and of blacks in general supersedes that of the New Left. But the murders of the New Left is escalating because, as I said, a line of demarcation is being drawn. I think that this fight will sharpen as time goes, not only on a national level, but on an international level. I don't believe this country will be able, in spite of its great power, I don't believe it will be able to fight every country in the world and also fight a revolutionary war at home. That's what we're really banking on.
You say the Panthers will mount an offensive in Vietnam.
We will commit an undisclosed number of troops to the National Liberation Front.
Well, specifically, how do you go about that?
Well, when I get out, I'll probably make an executive mandate and or proclamation, have it delivered to the Paris peace talks, introduced there, and also a copy sent to the provisional government of South Vietnam, National Liberation Front, and just simply offer the troops in the name in the spirit of solidarity, and then it will be up to the people of the country, the National Liberation Front, to accept or reject. We realize we have problems here, domestic problems, and we're fighting a revolution in this country. But we must always hook up and have solidarity with people of the world. We realize also that America, the American aggressor, is having all sort of problems home, but still he's messing with other people's business abroad. If he can do it, then we can do it also.